You gotta be careful with Grumpy Cat. We will pass Grumpy Cat.
Pass left.
We will not.
Pass the Grumpy on the left.
We will not
side.
toss the Grumpy Cat.
That would be inappropriate. Wildly inappropriate.
Wildly inappropriate.
You're sitting in the middle.
You're sitting in the middle, buddy.
I get the
You're
middle
in the
seat?
hot seat. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna put my drink.
Put a red dragon there.
No, I made it.
I made a red dragon.
I made a tiny, tiny margarita.
This is HIMYM Superfans. Hello, James Hamilton.
Hello, James Hamilton.
No, I'm Chris Venezia. And hello, Mother fans. This is the episode where we don't take anything seriously and have some drinks and some smokes and some good times. Talk about CBS comedy.
Yeah.
How I Met Your Mother.
If something doesn't ruin this podcast, we're gonna ruin the show. How I Met Your Mother.
Right, and by ruin it, of course, we mean we're going to do a terrible job and spoil plot points for the entire series.
We don't give a fuck.
So, this episode is Mary the Paralegal, a.k.a. James's least favorite episode. It's Season 1, Episode 19. If you want to watch it, we're actually going to be watching it while we record if you want to sync up with it. It aired sometime in April in 2006. Written by some guy.
Chris Harris.
There you go. And,
Directed by Pam, the television director, Fryman.
very good.
Yeah.
So, in this episode, nothing plot critical happens.
No. Nothing occurs.
Ted doesn't get Robin
Except
to forgive
that
him.
we learn that Ted is totally down with banging a high-class prostitute.
Yeah, but like after like a whole bunch of prompting and finds out that she's a really cool person, etc.
Yeah.
Oh, also, guest star MotherFan Dan is here.
MotherFan Dan, thank you for joining us.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Do you want to talk about the Red Dragon, Dan?
And what is the Red Dragon? I missed that.
That is
It's from the pineapple incident.
yeah, it is the shot that Carl.
I've never seen this show before.
Yeah, right. We got a Friends expert to help us out with our HIMYM podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And
that's on us.
Very useful.
It's a 2-in-1 podcast now. We thought we'd get more listeners.
Anyway, yeah, I don't think I'm drinking a Red Dragon. I'm just drinking a tiny margarita. I didn't shake it up.
Looks like blood.
I tried to stir it with a fork. It tastes mostly like tequila.
Okay. It's like red tequila.
I can't taste the red.
And you didn't drop it in your beer
No,
like some
not
sort
yet.
of one of
see
those
how
bomb
things go.
things that you do.
I mean, I don't know. This is your first time doing this? It's my first time doing this. It's the first time seeing this show.
So, we'll see how it goes.
All right.
You want to cue it up?
All right. So here it goes. We're gonna hit play. You can join us if you want.
Well, that's way too loud.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Ba 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 da 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 da. Not allowed to listen to the music.
Right, for copyright reasons.
All right. So right away, we want to talk about the 3 months earlier thing, where the continuity is, for the most part, pretty consistent here, right?
Yeah, this episode starts 3 months prior, where Ted has actually just started dating Victoria, but he already thinks that she's the one. The only way that the math works out on this, that Robin just walked in and says that she's nominated for a LAMA. And the only way that this makes sense is that it's right after Ted met Victoria.
Yeah.
But already wants to invite her to stuff.
Yeah. So we learn about the LAMAs in this episode, which apparently there's a real local Emmys thing that I actually have never heard of before this episode.
I do like in the scene that like nobody cares about Ted talking about Victoria, and no one cares about the LAMA until they find out there's an open bar.
Right, yeah. So they're down for drinks, whatever. It's kind of weird to see them all in suits at the bar, which is why it stood out to me the first time we watched it. Of course, they're dressed up for the LAMAs now. So 3 months was right after he met Victoria. And
Right,
they dated for 2 months. She was gone for a month. In that scene, and we're up to the present.
Right. Well, it's been 3 weeks since
3 weeks since the breakup.
the 2-night. Nothing good happens after 2 a.m.
Here, Barney will summarize it in like one sentence in this episode. Oh, here we are, the first lawyer. We had someone in the group said that, in the Facebook group said they liked when we did the firsts.
Right.
Yeah. This is the first episode that is my least favorite, which is why we're doing this BS session over it instead of doing prep work for it.
Yeah.
So
We did not prep at all.
No. So what, MotherFan Dan, what did you find most memorable about this piece of shit?
Wow, yeah, I having never seen this show before. No, I don't know. It's a good episode. Why do you hate it so much? It's not.
You're just gonna defend it.
Maybe that will be my point. I'll stand by this one as my favorite epised
Your favorite
I'll just
episode.
try to have it be my
Of
favorite
the
episode.
2 episodes of this show that you've seen?
Yeah, and I like it because it reminds me of Friends.
You son of a bitch.
All right. In what way? I want to go down this rabbit hole.
Well, there are references to prostitution in Friends, so
It's a stretch,
they didn't
but
just
okay.
come up with that out of nowhere. They obviously stole that from Friends.
Okay. I think that's pretty clear.
His Friends was the first show to write about prostitution.
Yeah, lawyered.
Yeah. That's just a fact.
No,
Chris.
I think I'd have to go off of something that you particularly dislike about this episode before I really can defend it, because it's.
I
I
there's
thought
some good
I
points.
assumed it was pretty
We get
standalone.
this moment here where Barney says "Good day," and then he says, "I said good day," and he runs off.
I like that.
They put stuff in Sandy's hair. That's pretty funny. You did mention earlier that Mary's boobs are pretty obvious in this episode.
They're all dressed up for this gown, so they're all made up in a not typical for the series.
I do like Vampire Lou.
Yeah.
Because he reminds me of a character from Gremlins 2 who's also a vampire for no apparent reason.
Yes, for no reason.
And then just like wanders around the Clamp building being a vampire. And there's Gremlins. So, that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Here we see Lily is sleeping because the school board has canceled her nap time.
Yes, this is we learned this wonderful character quirk about her, that she has no fear of the 5-year-olds that she rules over with an iron fist.
Well, the worst thing that's happened so far that we've seen is that she got groped by a painted hand.
Yeah.
But
she's wise to that now. So that doesn't happen much anymore.
That was the only scene that you were talking about earlier that happens at the apartment.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So how long are they in the bar before they're going to the LAMAs? Or it's jumping around a little bit. I mean, that's one of the awful things about this show is it just jumps around in time all the time.
See, you don't like that? You don't like when shows jump around?
I mean, the guys
do flashbacks and things?
No, don't care for that.
Play with time?
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, the guys had to be in the bar because the girls had to be in another location.
Right, getting dressed.
So that they can introduce Mary the Prostitute. Mary the Paralegal. But
this is sad. This is sad because, well, also, like, watch Marshall's face, everyone, because it's awesome. He looks super uncomfortable, and I'm pretty sure there's, like, 3 minutes of silence at that table.
Yes.
Like, maybe even, like, Mary's, like, throwing stuff out there. Like, she's like, oh, so, like, how are you? And he's just, like, staring off into space, like, not engaging her in conversation. But Barney must have told her, like, I got this friend Ted. He's, like, a cool guy. Like, you would really like him. Like, she's excited to be here. And, like, he's really screwed her over, too, because she's, meeting new people. And they're all uncomfortable because they think she's a prostitute.
Yeah, she feels like a pariah in this group because all the guys think just the guys think that she's a prostitute, and Barney's playing along with it.
Right.
Did you guys notice there's a porcupine sitting at the bar
Yes.
behind them?
Yes. There's a lot of different looks in the bar.
I see it now. Yeah.
Our secret off-screen, off-microphone friend indicated that she liked that.
Get us more drinks.
It's Sandy Rivers coming in here. They used to like Sandy, but now they don't.
This is the very first telepathic conversation. It's about Sandy. Yes, Sandy.
We get a close-up of freckle face.
I like Sandy. What can I say?
You like Sandy?
I like Sandy.
Like as a person?
Because he's not threatening. He's just quirky and a little weird and unashamed.
Yeah, but he doesn't understand like certain things that you don't say to people. Like we have rules in society about like what you do and don't say to strangers. He breaks them.
Okay.
But he gets his because they make fun of him, at a distance, and he has no idea. Well, then they do it to his face later.
I think I like him because he's sincere.
I think he's sincere once. Like we'll get there.
No. This is a really good bit, though, because we've actually done this before, pasting some mustaches and different things onto the TV.
Did you really?
Yeah. I don't know where we
do that now.
Come from. Yeah, we should have done it with this entire episode. Yeah. All right, scrap it. Let's start over.
No, it was just...
No, it's too far. We've gone too far.
All right.
Anyways.
Also, I think we should name the porcupine Van Otterloop.
Yeah. Why?
It's of the Van Otterloop from season 9.
Oh, yes. And look at that hair helmet. And we should say this is, what's his name? McGuffin McFace.
Yeah, I said...
Christopher
It's like Denisov is what I said.
Alexis Denisov?
Was I actually right? Okay.
Yeah. So that's Denisov, the...
Allison's husband.
Yeah. And what were you saying about him almost not getting cast? Because he didn't want to do it?
Yeah, if you listen to the actual commentary for the show, on the lame DVDs that you should probably buy or whatever.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to do it. He felt like they were only asking him because he was married to a cast member at first, and then he decided later that they did actually legitimately like him and that they wanted him to be on the show.
Yeah.
They would have asked him anyway.
Yeah. We get to see Vampire Lou and the guys chatting.
Sex for money. No one! That's who.
Certainly not Mary. She's a paralegal.
Right.
Yeah, so we just get one of the first jokes that sort of goes against the more progressive view towards sex and sex workers I think the show traditionally has.
Yeah, the show's fairly sex positive so far, especially for season 1, especially for 2005, 2006. And then in this episode, sort of flips that and says, well, yeah, but I mean, sure, sex positive, but prostitutes are gross.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You wouldn't want to share their lipstick
or a napkin with
or
them.
napkin.
Because you might get herpes.
Yeah. Oh. Actually, if Barney could hook Lily up with a private school, which might be within the realm of his magical abilities, then she should take a high-paying job at a private school until she pays off her debts.
Well, we don't know about her debts yet.
No. Well, we could believe the offer would have been on the table.
Good moonlight as a paralegal.
Oh, yeah.
Does she need some sort of training for that?
No.
Some sort of certification?
Just stand out on the street and ask people if they need legal assistance.
Is that what a paralegal is? I thought that was
well, she explains it better than I can.
The people with the sandwich boards at the intersection?
Yeah.
No, he's talking about prostitutes and then mixed it with...
Wait, I wasn't.
I could be a paralegal.
Yeah, I bet you could.
I could totally be a paralegal.
No,
not on the corner, in an office.
Paralegal.
No! You be a street corner paralegal.
That's what I will do. later tonight once we finish this up.
Well, don't let us keep you.
No.
Sandy loves being recognized.
Yeah, this is the moment that you were talking about where like he's actually a genuine person here.
Yeah, this one line.
It's
I
the
never
only time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the only time that he seems to drop his voice caster, his newscaster tone. Like, all the rest of the time he's like, yes, I'm Sandy Rivers. It is a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for watching. And then there's like, I never get tired of hearing that. Like, you see good old Sanford, not Sandy. Sanford, the man behind Sandy, as we decided earlier.
Yeah, Sanford, because we didn't know what his name was short for, Sandy.
Yeah. But we also supposed that it could have been his vanity name for television.
Right. But yeah, Sandy Rivers?
Yeah.
It's super cheesy. I mean, he's super cheesy, but...
Yeah. He's going for that market. The cheese market. It worked out for him. He ends up working at Worldwide News.
Worldwide News. And then when he gets fired from that, he ends up working in Russia.
Sad. Where you go? Yes, it is where you go when you fuck up in America.
Russia?
To Russia. What?
But I'm ching? No? Too cerebral? Snowden? Oh, crap.
Yeah, all right.
They're already coming,
there
aren't they?
now.
Just recorded that.
I do like the scene at the bar where Ted is talking to Robin and... And Ted says, like...
Big scene.
Yeah,
yeah,
we missed it.
Yeah, first time they've seen each other since he tried to fuck her.
He's like, Mary the Paralegal. Just like addresses her by her name and her job, which just people don't do.
Yes. I guess they needed a cooling off episode, so maybe that explains why this episode is the way this is. Like, they keep these other characters apart from each other by bringing in these other new characters that are all just clowns. You know, they don't further the plot. They're episodic comedy characters.
Sandy, Mary, and Vampire Lou.
Yeah.
Because by next episode, the best prom ever, Ted and Robin are working towards reconciliation.
Yeah.
Before Come On. So this is the one episode where they actually get to show her being upset at him.
Yeah, so it shows a little bit of the saga story that we get in the second half of the first season, because this is, in a saga, there's going to be ups and downs, and this is kind of like the midpoint of the story. It's kind of
Dan, take over for me.
All right.
Dan, what do you have to say about Vampire Lou?
Is this the first time we've seen Vampire Lou?
Well,
I mean, he showed up earlier in this episode, but we don't know him from anything else.
No, this is his first appearance in the series.
He apparently hosts the LAMAs.
Yeah. As well as a afternoon vampire movie marathon.
It's a kung fu show.
Kung fu show.
God, I leave for 5 seconds.
Well, you see that?
This whole thing's falling
I mean,
apart.
it's supposed to be in your wheelhouse, and you just ran away.
All right, I'm back.
Shall we talk about Vampire Lou?
Yes, we've seen Vampire Lou earlier in this episode, but this is the only episode that he appears in. This is shady right here, and I wonder what's going on in Mary's mind. Because, her date is here to see his friend Robin win an award. Yeah. His friend Robin just named everyone that is her friend and left him out specifically.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going on in Mary's mind, but she's more interested in going upstairs to the hotel room.
Yeah.
Gotta get paid. Wait, I'm confused. Is she?
Mary's a paralegal. Mary is a paralegal.
Okay.
Mary's a paralegal.
Right, like with quotation.
Yeah. Mary's a paralegal.
Paralegal. Right?
Yes.
Like the crazy fan theory here is that like she actually is a prostitute. It's like the second layer.
I think that's the double twist that. All right, Vampire Lou will reveal.
Yeah.
Only because Barney gives him a card that reads verbatim.
Yeah, and then there's probably an outtake where he opens another envelope that says, "She is
Right. Mary is a prostitute.
Yeah. The entire time.
Can't believe she was a prostitute the entire time.
Yeah. That guy with hair. That was Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
The whole time.
Mary the Paralegal was Bruce Willis.
The whole time.
And that's a twist.
Yeah. This episode does have this image of Barney here with the cocktail glass, or
the highball?
Yeah. That became an internet meme. That particular pose.
Oh,
yeah.
Barney with the highball.
Came from this episode, so we do have them to thank for that.
I don't know.
It's a cute little moment there.
Yeah. It's cute. She needs her nap.
But then he sends her a telepathic thought that is so, dirty that it wakes her up.
Yeah.
Barney did it! Barney's fault. Barney paid for her.
Yeah.
He thinks by admitting all of it that he's gonna get off. Yeah, he's gonna get a lesser sentence.
Yeah. I mean not to shit all over the writing, but to shit all over the writing a little bit. I mean, how are we gonna end this episode? I don't know. Let's just have Marshall explain everything.
Well, often happens.
We only got 22 minutes.
We have a character explain everything.
Get that out in 20 seconds.
Well, it's pretty solid. It's well-rounded.
Here's the first twist.
Barney's gonna do some funny shit and
Empire Lou loves reading stuff.
And also, he was drinking a Bloody Mary. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh, yeah. Well, the celery stalks in it. Yes. Yeah. It's like a little visual humor.
Ah, yes. It's like blood.
Yes. Not unlike Dan's tiny margarita.
Yes.
The world's tiniest margarita.
You don't laugh, it just seems mean. Yes, that is the line of the episode, I guess.
It's kind of long, though.
It's,
Mary the Paralegal, a.k.a.
Can we make that the life lesson?
If you don't laugh,
it just seems mean.
Yeah. Also, Richard Gere, it's a reference to Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
Allah When We Were Children.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of our audience probably wasn't even born in that movie.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I don't. Yeah, no, that's a fair point.
Check out those boobs.
Yep. Why don't you tweet this episode at her?
Yeah.
Find out who she is.
Yeah, well, that is the lovely Erin Barrett. She was in this episode, and that's it.
So, yeah, because Ted calls her a whore.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
But I like before we were watching this, we were talking about this, and you said that at this point, Ted's committed to, he's going to have sex with a prostitute.
Yes.
He's worked himself up. It took a little bit. He wasn't okay with it, but he's worked himself up to it.
Even after, I point out, she said, I've been a prostitute since I was 15, according to Ted's warped perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
he's like, all right, you must be really good at it.
That's... Right, but that's not another cue for him to go ahead and leave. Go find the elevator.
Turn around, yeah. You're a hooker.
So 3 Euro hookers later, and apparently she's done with him.
I maintain that he could have turned that around after the second Euro hooker. But,
well, see, now he understands, and then apparently he says something else that she slaps him for.
Right. Yeah, you watch that again, and it doesn't actually make sense that he got slapped unless he said something further and worse.
It could be that he said, Barney told me you're a prostitute, and she assumed you would have sex with a prostitute. Slap.
You thought I was one and were going to have sex with me anyway.
Yeah.
You're a disgusting human being, Ted Mosby. Not quite as bad as Barney.
Yeah.
Who she has to see again because she lives in his building.
Yeah.
But she can slap him later.
Yeah, well, he deserves it. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Ted.
There'll be one of those people that slaps him that Marshall can get slapped from.
Right.
And then absorb the slap into a super slap.
Yes, from the best episode ever. Slap Hoyman and slap Maria.
They could have just done a nice thing where Mary the Paralegal slams the door on Ted, And before the door closes, we see a yellow umbrella. Just keep the fans guessing.
Yeah, that's it, folks.
And that, kids.
It was terrible.
The story of how Ted didn't meet a
Well,
prostitute.
missed out on the chance to have his children mothered by a paralegal.
Yeah, was Tracy's an author. She's a writer.
Yeah, lame.
Well, she also dies.
Lame.
I bet Mary's still alive in 2030.
No, not if she kept being a prostitute.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. No, she's likely dead.
Yes. That's terrible.
That's
terrible.
Yeah, I'm going to take responsibility for that. I'm going to take responsibility for where that went.
I can't believe you did that.
That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, okay.
That's my fault. It's my bad.
Your fault. Oh, so let's talk about the guest stars in this episode. Chris, Aaron Barrett is Mary the Prostitute.
Alex Denisof.
Denisof. I know the second one.
No, it's Allison's husband.
Yeah.
Sandy Rivers.
As he is wont to be known.
Did you already talk about Vampire Lou?
I did not. Dan's favorite character.
Yeah, who is Vampire Lou? Who plays Vampire
We're
Lou?
going to find out more about Vampire Lou.
MotherFan Dan plays Vampire Lou.
I do. Oh, that's awesome. He was also in Friends. No, that's not true. Maybe. I don't know who the actor is. Someone.
All right, find that out, James.
Look
that up on the
It's
internet.
kind of a big deal right now.
Some new sets. Oh, you're talking about how many extras they had?
Yes.
They had like
crowded
1,000
the bar.
extras.
Yes.
Normally, McLaren's is pretty full.
Yeah.
You know, they have to hire 50 people to sit around in the background.
But it was extra crowded in this episode, and with a couple of more visually interesting people.
Do you think they used the same people from McLaren's earlier in that episode and then bussed them over to the other set? You know,
Well, I bet they just had like walkover.
Yeah, right.
But,
I mean, I know it's 5 feet away,
yeah.
but yeah, use the exact same people from McLaren's and just put them in tuxes and dresses.
That's exactly what I think they did.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
It would certainly save quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
No one would notice.
Dan.
Yeah.
What's rap?
I'm not very good at rapping.
What?
You're not a dope rapper?
I'm a real dope rapper.
So let's get real. You have seen this show before.
All right.
A few
Yes,
times?
that I will admit. I have seen the show. I was just kind of playing around earlier.
So when I asked you, do you want to record a Drinkathon bullshit session on Mary the Paralegal?
Yeah.
What did you think of? Oh, yeah, that episode. What were your thoughts? What did you remember?
Well, you know,
I don't know if you're keeping up with us and watching season 1, but
no, I don't even.
it's been a while since you've seen it.
Well, I did feel like it was a good episode to try a different format with and play around with.
Hey, shut up, everyone.
All right.
All right, so Robert Michael Morris plays Vampire Lou.
Thank you.
All right.
Our studio audience.
Robert Michael Morris
plays Vampire Lou.
Was he?
See what else he's been in.
He's
Come
just
back?
in.
The Comeback. That's a TV show that I've not seen. He was on Two Broke Girls.
Oh, well, see.
Oh, Dan, how do you feel about that show?
Oh, there are 2 reasons I love that show.
I want to hear from Dan first.
Yeah, Dan, tell us.
Is it
That one's like 2
Kat
friends.
Denning's boobs are the 2 reasons James has?
That's probably a good guess. All right, no, you got that one. Also, according to this internet device, Vampire Lou is in 3 episodes. He's not just in this episode, which I want to call shenanigans. But first, let's hear from the internet device. He's also in Come On, apparently, or allegedly.
Yeah.
And also Monday Night Football in season 2.
Oh, yeah.
The actor is in those episodes, or is he playing Vampire Lou?
He actually plays a character named Lou.
Okay.
Yes,
so it's the same
but he's the
actor,
same guy.
He's not playing a different
He's like the weather
character. He's just not a vampire
He's like
anymore.
a vampire
Yes.
by day and Lou by night.
Like Lou the...
Yeah.
I think he's like...
He's like Lou the Weatherman.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yes, the one with with Monday Night Football, where Robin's trying to not hear the results of the show. And she's like, back to you, Lou. And he's like eating a powdered donut, and he's got like powdered sugar like all over his face and shirt because he didn't think that the camera was going to be on him again.
Yes.
But yeah, Lou, he wasn't prepared for that. Back to you, Lou.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
all right, well, what were you knuckleheads talking about before I interrupted?
We were getting real, and Dan was about to tell us what he remembered.
I was about to tell us his feelings, and I interrupted.
No, I don't think that's true.
Yeah, you're about to say what you remembered from Mary the Paralegal.
What I do recall is that it seems strange that Ted needed that confidence boost for throwing Mary under the bus by her profession.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, as far as dating goes, you're apparently supposed to go into it by thinking that who you're dating is below you in some way.
Well, Ted literally asks that question, and then Barney doesn't answer him. Like, Ted's like, the lesson was I'm supposed to treat all women like they're whores, and Barney's like, ha ha ha, no, it's funny.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out, that they asked that question and then didn't have the balls to answer it.
Right.
It's part
That's
about
what it is for you.
Barney's playbook, and like subtly put her down. Later when he's trying to train a new.
Yeah, Randy
Wampus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you find most memorable about Mary the Paralegal?
Vampire Lou with the crap.
Yeah.
It's like that guy from Gremlins 2, like I was talking about, but also has no point that he's wearing a vampire costume. It's just fun.
Yeah.
They didn't have enough other stuff going on in the episode.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's that Ted's not made up with Robin. Actually, you know what I really like, I want to say, is that when Marshall says that Mary's a prostitute and Ted's up there with her and it's all Barney's fault, and Robin says, like, is Ted okay? Is he having a nervous breakdown? I thought that was cool, and it didn't get enough screen time for that. Where, like, she's already witnessed that nothing good happens after 2 a.m. Like, maybe, like, with his girlfriend moving to another country, it's sort of set him on a path where he's not making good decisions, and he's having a question everything kind of moment. He's having a mental breakdown. He's not making good choices, and she's like going to forgive him because he's like, maybe he's just like freaking out, and we need to like bring him in.
Yeah.
We have an intervention before there were interventions on the show.
Before they did them
before
for
there's
comedy.
a banner.
Yeah.
And maybe he's just this is all a cry for help.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't take it so personally that he came over to my place to juice as more than friends. And she says, like, is he having a mental breakdown? But then Barney turns it around and says, she's not actually a prostitute. So we don't get to really dwell on that moment. But Robin wants to give him the benefit of the doubt. If there's any plot thing in this whole episode that matters, it's that that's her turning around moment.
Yeah, I would definitely give this episode credit for that.
10 out of 10.
Sure.
Great episode.
Yeah, I know it's your favorite.
Yeah.
So it is a turning point episode for Robin. What about Ted? Does he really learn a lesson here? Like, it just seems like he gets to be the victim of this bad prank. Like, the inciting incident for Ted was he's like, it's been 3 weeks and I haven't seen Robin since this night I fucked up so royally. She's not returning my phone calls, like 2006 phone calls.
Yes, pre-texting.
And this is my chance to see her, and I haven't seen her since that night. She's bringing a date, and then we get the scene with them together, and it's just like a couple seconds, and she's like, "I don't forgive you." And that's it.
she's not pleased seeing him.
What's Ted's motivation in this episode?
I'm trying to make Robin jealous, or he's trying to make you jealous, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's important that Ted at least tries to apologize in this episode. She's not hearing it. She doesn't want it. He probably should have apologized in many ways and multiple times earlier. If this is the first time
we don't know
apologized,
that he didn't, but yeah, it's the first time we see it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If that's the first time he's getting around to it, her response is correct. I think that's.
I'm still mad.
Yeah.
You haven't suffered enough for the thing that you did.
Seriously, that's what. Oh yeah, no, and then the credits.
Oh, and then
roll.
he brings Mary. Actually, Barney totally screwed him over. I mean, not in just the obvious way, but if Ted needs to suffer before Robin will forgive him, Barney removes that from happening.
Yeah.
because like Robin, she can't be there with Sandy and be like, oh, this is my date. We're going to get a cab later, to another place. Mm-hmm. And you have to watch it happen, Ted. You have to suffer, and then once you've suffered enough, then I will forgive you. Ted's there with, big boobs Mary.
Yeah.
And so he's not suffering at all.
Yeah.
So Barney screwed him over twice.
Yes. What the hell is Barney thing? Why? Why would he do this?
He can't even come up with it. That's another funny thing, is that like near the end of the episode, he's like, I had a point. Hold on. I forgot what it was. I'm going to remember it. Give me a second. Oh, here's the point. And it's like MotherFan Dan said, it's treat all women as whores.
Yeah.
That was his point.
Great lesson.
Yeah, there's your life lesson.
Everyone just write that down and roll with it. Thank you, this show.
Marshall can speak to people telepathically and has a freckle face.
Yes.
It's a freckle face.
Yes, the first telepathic conversation.
Lily's motivated by being rude to people because she doesn't get her nap time anymore.
Yes, yeah. We set up that.
So, that was our pathetic excuse of an episode. What do you feel about this episode? You can let us know by tweeting at HIMYM_James. Yeah. That's not me. That's the other guy.
Yep, just tweet at me.
Tweet all over me. That's how he likes it.
I'll do it. I'll take it.
Each week, James and I and Chris get so much out of discussing the episode. We really enjoy doing this. We hope you enjoy listening to it.
And share it.
Yeah.
Share it.
Yeah, don't share this one. Share one of the better ones.
No, share this one. This is my favorite. Share it.
10 out of 10 this episode.
Tweet it. Retweet it.
It's 5. It's 5 iTunes stars.
All right.
So give us iTunes stars, 5 of them,
10
please.
out of 5.
Snapchat it.
We don't have a Snapchat. All right. I know how Snapchat works, but Snapchat it to your friends, regardless of us having a Snapchat. What about the iTunes thing?
Yeah, give us those 5 iTunes.
You don't have to write an actual review.
Just give us a list of different types of fish. Fish are weird, right?
I'm going to do that.
Halibut.
Grouper?
Just for the hell of it.
And give us that 5 stars. It really helps us with getting discovered, and it helps grow our audience so we can keep making this show.
All right, so Facebook is going to be facebook.com/groups/HIMYM superfans. So join that and post on it. Most recently asked what everyone's favorite donut was.
I went with the Priestley.
It's a big deal. Join the group. Reddit, sometimes you love us, sometimes you hate us.
Yeah.
What is up with that? Why are you so fickle?
They'll definitely let us know what they think about this one.
That's true. All right, I'm done.
All right, thanks, folks. Good night.
Good night. #VampireLou.
Nope.